Hello, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new,
hello there.
My name is Divina and I film cash stuffing videos and budgeting videos sometimes. But for today's video, I am going to show you how I make a 100 envelope challenge box. Yes, I have it right here. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe. Also, leave a like and a comment down below. I do love reading every comment that I get under my videos. Also, if you aren't already, go ahead and subscribe or follow me on Instagram. I'll go ahead and leave my username here. And then lastly, I do have an Etsy shop. You can shop my shop. It's always linked down below, and since you're watching this video, you get a 15% off coupon code. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the video. Alright guys, don't mind my busted nail. I'm super upset. I got them done like a week ago and literally this one just popped off and I was just like, whatever. Alright guys, so I am going to go ahead and chit chat for a quick minute. If you want to skip the chit chat, then there will be a timestamp here and it will also be linked in the comments so you can just skip the little chit chat. But anyways, so on my channel, if you are new, I usually film cash stuffing videos and budgeting videos. This is a newer video to me. But I do sell these 100 envelope challenge boxes on my Etsy shop. And the reason I am filming this video is because they are currently sold out. And if you don't want to wait for a restock, I will go ahead and show you a simple, easy way to go ahead and make them yourself. Alright, but also if you are new to budgeting and saving money and you really don't know what the 100 envelope challenge is, I'll try to go ahead and put like a screenshot of one here. But the 100 envelope challenge is a money savings challenge where you have 100 envelopes and each envelope is labeled 1 through 100 and the number on the envelope corresponds to the amount of money you would put into the envelope. So for example, if you had an envelope that had a $1 on it, you would put $1 into that envelope. If you had an envelope that had a label of $75, and you would put $75 into that envelope, and so on and so forth until you stuff all 100 envelopes. After you stuff all 100 envelopes, the amount of money saved equals $5,050, which honestly is amazing. So this is just a little challenge, a great way, a fun way to save money. And I mean, you get to see it grow because you do have the box and you can see all the money that you've saved so far and stuffed, and it's just great. It's a fun way to save money. But I have a box here. The 100 envelope challenge box is you do have the 100 envelopes inside, and it also comes with this little box. Now, I am not the person who came up with this idea. I'm not too sure who actually was the first person, so I really can't give credit to who was the first person. But I got this idea from a fellow budgeter here on YouTube. Her name is Tara Budgets. On YouTube, she does cash stuffing videos and budgeting videos. And she also features her 100 envelope challenge box. I'm not saying she's the first one to come out with these boxes because I am not sure if she was, but she is definitely the first person I've seen have one of these, and she also sells them on her Etsy. The only thing is that her boxes tend to sell quicker than Kylie Jenner can sell her lip kits. Like, honestly, she puts them up and in a matter of minutes, they're just gone. They're gone. Like, I remember her most recent launch, she had, I believe, like 100 boxes, and within like 5 minutes they were all gone. And I was like, oh my God. So they're so hard to get your hands on, but if you do get one, then I mean, you're so lucky. But anyways, but because hers sell out so quickly, it inspired me to actually make my own. So I did go ahead and buy cardstock, and I bought a laminator, everything that I needed to use to make the box. All right, so that is enough of little chit chat here. So I am gonna go ahead and now show you guys what items you need to create your 100 envelope challenge box. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the items that you would need to create your 100 envelope challenge box. So first and foremost, you would need a laminator, and you would need laminating sheets. I do recommend the 3mm laminating sheets. Next, you will need cardstock. I do recommend the 12 inches by 12 inches cardstock. You will also need a paper cutter and or scissors. And then you would also need a box, a clear box. This is a super stacker box. It is a 3 by 5. The size is 3 by 5. So if you wanted to Google this, you would put 3x5 super stacker box. I know they have some on Amazon, but these recently have been so hard to find. But yes, it's a super stacker box. And those are really all the essentials that you would need. Now, if you are wondering where to get cardstock, I will tell you this over and over again. Google is your best friend. Like, if you can ask Google if you and your Scorpio partner are compatible, then you can go ahead and Google cardstock. Like, when it comes to the cardstock, I recommend 12 by 12 because each envelope is 3 by 3 inches, and 3 by 3 divides evenly into 12 by 12. So that is why I do recommend the 12 by 12 cardstock. You get more bang for your buck. With one piece of cardstock, one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, I can get 8 envelopes. And that is because I fold them. So there's many ways to make your envelopes. The way I make it, which is for me, I found quicker and so much easier, is you would take your cardstock, your 12 by 12, and you will cut it into 3 by 6 inch pieces. So they would lay like this, 3 by 6, and you can get 8 of these. You can get 8 of these. Now, once you cut out the 3 by 6 piece of cardstock, you just fold it in half and you laminate it, and that's how you do get your envelope. Now, there is another way you can do it. So if you wanted to, you can just cut 3 by 3 inch squares off of here. You can get 16 3 by 3 squares. Now you can go ahead, let me go ahead and get my envelope. So if you wanted to, you can get the 3 by 3 inch cardstock, little squares. And then if you wanted to, you can add a laminating sheet so you can have a clear back. Or you can add just a little white piece of cardstock so you can have a white back. Or any color if you wanted to. So again, you can have the envelopes that look like this, that have the print on the front and the back, which is the way I'm going to show you. It is easier. You can have it where you have just the print on the front and either a white back or a clear back. But those do take more time. You do have to cut additional paper. With laminating sheets, you would have to cut additional laminating sheets. And it is a bit more time consuming and a bit more tedious to make. But again, for me, I make these a lot. So I try every way to save time that I possibly can, and with this method I found that I have saved hours hours while making these, because to be honest, when you make them like this, or with a clear back, you do have to cut your cardstock, and then you do have to cut your laminating sheets, and then from there you do have to put them together, and it just adds like a couple extra steps, and it adds time. And for me, who is a mom and I go to school full-time and I work and I have my Etsy shop, I try to save time, and time is important to me, so I try to save time as much as I can. So by using this method, it helps so much save time, and it is super easier, especially when you laminate, because when you have these two together, you have to make sure you are super still and make sure that it does not move or slip, because if it moves or slips, then that envelope is now considered scrap and you have to throw it away. But with this one, you just put it in there and it lays flat. It won't slip or anything, so you do have a perfect envelope. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start cutting the cardstock. Okay, so I do have my paper cutter here, and this is just the Cricut paper cutter. If you don't know, Walmart does sell Cricut items. I know other craft stores do too. But I found this at Walmart for like $13, I think, or $11. I'm not too sure. But I got this one, and it's very easy to use. So this would be the little blade. This is a little blade that cuts the paper, and it slides up and down. And this here is just like another additional ruler. You have inches and centimeters. It does open, so you can put the paper in there. And it has like a little ruler here as well. So first we are going to be cutting the cardstock vertically. So we get 3 by 12 inch little rectangles. So what you do is you go ahead and you take your cardstock and you want to line it up. Let's go ahead and zoom you in. Alright, so as you can see, this is 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches. It's so easy to use. And also here on the top, so it'll have it at the bottom and on the top. So this is the top, and then this is the bottom. So you can measure super easily. Now, if you don't want to get this paper cutter, there's many out there that you can use. This is just the one that I have right now. So we take our cardstock and we just feed it here through the bottom. And what we're going to do is line it up to the 3. So this long line right here indicates 3 inches. And I'm just going to make sure it's 3 inches at the top. Okay, so it is 3 inches here at the bottom and at the top. So I'm just going to take my hand and press down firmly. And I do this so the cardstock won't move while I cut it. And we're going to close the little flap here. Now we're going to take the little blade and we're just going to press down firmly and swipe all the way down. That way it makes an even cut. And we now have a 3 by 12 piece of cardstock. And this 3 by 12 piece of cardstock will make 2 envelopes. So let me just go ahead and continue to cut these other pieces. And again, you can get 8 envelopes. So we will have 4 pieces here. And the first time you do this, it might take a couple time. Again, I've made close to 100 of these, so I have my own little rhythm going, and I know, you know, how fast I can cut it. Cutting the paper is probably the easiest part, to be honest. Okay, so we now have the cardstock here. Now, these are 3 by 12 inch pieces. Now we want to make them into envelopes. So what we do, let me zoom you out really quick. Okay, so if you do have this Cricut paper cutter, There is a little like latch here, as you can see. You probably won't see it, but anyways, let me just go ahead and flip this. It has like this little latch here, and you just pull it out, and it's an additional ruler. So instead of having just the basic 3 inches here, it goes all the way out to 15. All right, now this is what we're gonna use to cut our cardstock. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in one more time. Okay, so now that you guys are zoomed in, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take our cardstock, the one we just cut, that's 3 by 12. We're gonna place it here, and we are just gonna go ahead and slide it over to the 6. So the 6 is right here, that long line. So we're just gonna slide it on over like this. We're gonna press firmly, that way the cardstock does not move once we cut it. And we get the little blade and firmly press down, and you cut the paper. And now we have 2 3 by 6 pieces of cardstock. Look at that, so cute. Oh, I'm sorry. But anyways, this is the cardstock that I have. I love this print. It is holographic. It has holographic foils, but look how cute. Anyways, so now we have the envelopes. Now I'm just gonna cut the other pieces here, and then I'll show you what I do with these. So now this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 envelopes with 1 sheet of cardstock. So if I know places sell packs of cardstock, or you can buy them individually, especially the 12 by 12 sheets. You will need approximately 13, well, it's 12 and a half, but you want to round up. So 13 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock to make the 100 envelopes. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the rest of the paper, and I will be right back. Alright you guys, so I did go ahead and cut the rest of the cardstock. I have some here. And next I'm going to show you actually how to fold it, how I actually get the envelope. So I have some done right here. I'm going to show you how to get the envelope and the easiest way I found to fold these so you get the perfect fold. Okay, so what we're going to do is on this specific paper cutter, there is a lifted edge here, so it is a little bit lifted. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 3 by 3 or my 3 by 6 piece of cardstock that I cut, and we're gonna turn it this way, and we're actually gonna line the cardstock with this edge here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if the paper is like too white, but anyways, so we have that here. Next, what we are going to do is we're going to fold it, and this top edge is gonna line up with the edge here. And I'll just show you. And we make sure that it's as perfect as we can get it. And now what we do is we just press down here. And we press down. And that is how you get the little envelope. Now also what you can do, let me just scoot this, is you would take a debit card, an ID, it doesn't have to be a debit card, like one of those, just a little card or something, and you just take it and run it across the bottom of the envelope. And you want to do that so the envelope just stays flat and it doesn't stay open like this. See how this one just stays open? With pinching it at the bottom, it stays more flat. Alright, so that is how you do, that is the simplest way I found to go ahead and fold these cardstock into little envelopes. Again, if you find a way that's simpler for yourself, that is absolutely great, but this is how I found that I can do it quickly. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and zoom you out, and then I will go ahead and fold the remainder of the envelopes that I have, and I will go ahead and speed that up. Alright, so once you did go ahead and fold all of your 100 envelopes, now it is time to laminate. So I'll go ahead and just connect my laminator, and then I'll show you how I laminate these envelopes. Alright guys, so now we do have our laminator here. This is just a Scotch laminator that I got from Walmart. I don't like it. But this is what I'm working with for now until I find a laminator that I do like. And in a second, you'll go ahead and see like why I don't like it. But anyways, this is what I'm working with for right now. It does have two settings, and I'll just go ahead and zoom you in so you can see them. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is a power button. We have a 3mm setting and a 5mm setting. These settings represent the thickness of your laminating sheets. So for the 100 envelopes, I recommend 3mm. If you are doing like a cash envelope, I do recommend 5mm. But for the envelopes, we're doing 3mm. This laminator, it does heat up in like less than a minute. But I do let it heat up for like 5 minutes. So we just turn it on and it automatically goes to 3mm, if you can see it there. I'm not sure, but anyways, we turn it on and it goes to 3mm, and then we're gonna leave it there until the light turns blue. And then from there, I'm gonna wait an additional like 4 minutes before I even start laminating. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you out and set up. Alright guys, so I do have my laminating sheet right here. This is from the brand Scotch, the same as the laminator. This is a 3mm sheet. For the 100 envelopes, you will need at least 17 laminating sheets. So you can fit 6 envelopes into one of these sheets. And yeah, so I do have a folder. You will need something like with a hard surface, because we do have to lift these up and put them through here. And yeah, I don't want to go ahead and like pick it up and have it move. So I do use a hard surface. I just realized my laminator is backwards, so I'm just gonna adjust. Okay, I'm sorry you guys are gonna have to deal with the glare just for a little bit. But anyways, what I do is I just go ahead and open up the laminating sheet like so. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my envelopes. And again, one laminating sheet fits 6 envelopes. So what I'm gonna do is the side that opens, I am going to tuck it into here. This is the top, and we're just going to repeat that. And you do want to leave some space in between the envelopes and on the sides. And you want all of the envelopes to face the same way, so they all are the opening side up. And again, you want to go ahead and leave some space for them. That way when you cut them, they're just not messed up. All right. And there we go. We have our 6 sheets right here. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and close this up. And I'm doing this to get as much air out of the laminating sheet as I possibly can. We don't want too much air in there. All right, so that is how it looks. Now this is where the hard surface comes in. See, it's lifted and they're not moving. Now all that I need to do is just go ahead and slide it here into the laminator and then it'll start laminating. There we go. See how easy that is? It is so much easier with if you have something like a folder or a cutting board, like anything that you have to support these, fine, works like magic. All right, and now it is coming out from the opposite side here. All right, this laminator does take a hot minute. Again, I do plan on getting a new laminator, hopefully this week. And I hope I get it. I do re-laminate it again, so once I put it in that way, I put it in this way. Alright guys, so here are our 2 sheets of envelopes that we have here. This is 12 envelopes and I'll go ahead and show you how I cut them. Now again, you can go ahead and use scissors or you can use this. I'll show you how to use it with the scissors. So what we normally do is I'll just go ahead and cut it through the middle, making sure I leave space between both of the envelopes. There we go. And again, I know this is the top of the envelope, so I won't cut close to the bottom. I'll cut more closely to the top of these envelopes because they are all facing the same way. Alright, and that is how you will go ahead and cut these with scissors. Now I will show you how to do it on here. So if you don't have scissors, it doesn't matter. You'll just go ahead and put this here. Again, I know that this is the top of the envelope, so we don't want to cut too close to the bottom. We want to cut closer to the top of the next envelopes. Now again, with this Cricut cutter, once you put the latch down, anything that's in the middle of these 2 little rulers, that is where the blade is going to cut. So you don't want to cut directly onto this just yet. So you just want to make, leave a little bit of room. So again, we cut, we hold down what we are cutting, just because we don't want it to move and cut unevenly. So here we go again. We are just going to go ahead and put that there, hold firmly, and then cut it, and there we go. Okay, so now that I have the envelope here, you can see there is excess laminating sheet all over. And also, again, I know this is the bottom of the envelope and this is the top. So what I do is I lift this up, and again, we do want 3 by 3 inches, 3 inches by 3 inches. So what I do is I come here and I take this envelope, the edge, all the way to the 3. So I'm just gonna insert my head here to make sure. If you see my unbrushed hair, please just ignore it. So it is lining up at the 3 and it is lining up evenly. I hold it to make sure it will not move once I cut. And we are gonna press firmly, and as you can see, it did move a little bit. I wasn't pressing firmly. It's okay. You go back, hold, and cut. All right, so there's our little piece of scrap, and here is our envelope. Okay, so now what we do is we have to cut the sides. So I just place this here, and the sides, I like mine's a little bit thick. Let me go ahead and raise this up a bit. I do like them a little bit thicker, so I line them up with this first line here. So there we go. And then we cut, and we just push the scrap over. And then we do the same thing for this side. There we go. And then lastly, what I do is I bring this up past the 3, because if we cut it right on the 3 inches, it's gonna open, and we don't want that to open. So I do 2 little lines, or actually 3. So instead of doing the 3 inches, it'll be 3.3, or 3 inches and 3 little lines, however you want to measure it. So I do take it up to that 3rd line right there, and then again I hold firmly and I cut. And then now this little bugger is an envelope, and you can see it opens here. Okay, so this is a $20 bill, so we are gonna fold it, and we are just gonna put that in here, and that's how it would fit. Look how nice. You can go ahead and put it in either way. You can put it in this way or this way, however you see fit. You can also take it out and double fold it if you don't want, you know, if you want more privacy. There we go. And look how nice those are. So cute. So cute. Alright, so this is one envelope out of 100. I will go ahead and cut the remaining 11 that I have here, and I will speed that up, and I will show you the finished product. Alright guys, we are back, and it is the next day. Forgive me, I had things that I needed to do, but this is the completed box. Here we have the 100 envelopes. I actually have 103 envelopes in here. This is an order that I do have to ship out, so I do include 3 bonus envelopes in every box that I sell, and these are the 3 that everyone gets if you order a box. They are the same. Look how cute. But yes, this is how the box would look after you have all 100 envelopes in here. So yeah. Also for labels, if you do want to go ahead and purchase labels, these are the ones that I use. They are the Avery multi-use labels. You get 525 of them, and they're like $1.50 at Walmart, and they're not really that big. Like, they'll fit right here on the little corner. But anyways, these boxes, they do take time to make. especially if it is your first time. I do hope that I was able to help you save at least some time in making these boxes so you won't have to figure out how do I cut it, how do I make an envelope, how do I do this and this. But yeah, the first time it took me, I don't know, maybe like 6 to 9 hours. I don't remember. But yes, the quickest I have been able to make one is like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But these do take quite some time to make, but again, I do love making them. I enjoy making them, and I enjoy helping all you guys on your budgeting journeys, your savings journeys. It makes me absolutely happy. But yeah, this is the box. It is cute, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys do have any questions, just go ahead and drop the questions down below and I'll try my hardest to answer them. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will go ahead and see you in the next one.